Following a single Reddit post, Marvel altered how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were introduced in Spider-Man: No Way Home. John Watts discusses how the entrance of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield from the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Spider-Man: No Way Home was influenced by a Reddit remark. Witnessing the reunion of three Peter Parker generations in a single, spectacular episode was one of the most significant events in the multiverse saga. Spider-Man: No Way Home was a critical and commercial triumph for Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures, despite the fact that the return of the MCU was one of the worst-kept secrets in its history. On the other hand, there were several theories on how Maguire and Garfield's comebacks would be handled in the Phase 4 film. During his recent appearance at the Mediterranean Film Festival, Watts participated in a career-focused discussion led by Steve Weintraub of Collider. Among the several titles he addressed from his resume was Spider-Man: No Way Home. The fact that Watts had to alter the Spider-Man's initial encounter after seeing a Reddit post was one among the topics that was ultimately covered. The epidemic was in its midst. Due to the fact that the stage was the only location where we were permitted to film, it was really much simpler to keep everything under wraps. The world seemed so remote, and we filmed a lot of it on stages. Actually, we had no trouble keeping it a secret. You may take every precaution to prevent leaks and the like, but eventually something will come to light. The sequence when we initially unveiled the other two Spider-Men is what I thought was more interesting. While we're filming, there have been reports that Tobey and Andrew might appear in the film. This is just another illustration of how a script may be functional but not flawless. You may continue to improve it. It always looked like Peter would be depressed since Aunt May had just passed away and that the portals would open and the two Spider-Men would emerge while we were creating the screenplay and figuring out where we wanted to unveil the men. Most likely, it's a rooftop. Everything is a little unclear. You're still attempting to solve it. Then, while browsing Reddit, I came across fan art that said, "This is probably what it's going to be like when the two Spider-Men get revealed." The location was a rooftop. It was depressing to see two Spider-Men emerging and two Doctor Strange portals open. "Well, we can't do that," I said. "We just cannot do that if that is precisely what everyone believes we will do."